Hey there, thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about 29 things that you can do when you're feeling lonely. What do you do when you're by yourself and you'd rather have some people around? We can just sit around and feel sorry for ourselves. That's an option. Or we're going to talk about some different activities that you can engage in this week. Hopefully you can start using some of those today. My name is Leanne Bennett and I'm here with Third Quarter of Life. And that is those of us that's in the third quarter, those ages, say 40 to 65. We have some very unique and special needs. And I'm trying to address each and every one of those because this is the best time to get out there and enjoy life. We have so much going for us. We have so much wisdom that we can share with those who are younger and think that they know everything, right? Am I okay with that? Cool. So if you don't mind, go ahead first thing and like this video. I know you haven't even watched it yet, but don't you forget to give him that thumbs up and also go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And that will let me know that you're out there and you want to hear more from the third quarter. And this is going to be a good long list, so I want to get started on it. I've chosen 29 things. Now, why 29? Well, that's actually a very special number to me this week. My sister and I share the same birthday. And that happens to be July 29th, which is only a few days from now. So, and this is a very special birthday for both of us. I'm going to be 52, and my baby sister is turning that magical number 50. So we are planning a wonderful time. I'm going to tell you some more about that later on in the next video because we have a fantastic birthday planned specifically for her, particularly since this is such a special time. So let's get started. By the way, I want to go ahead and share with you that this week, one of my coworkers asked me, he said, so Leanne, what are you planning on talking about this week on your video? And I said, well, it's a follow-up from the one I did last week about loneliness. And he said, oh, are you kidding? You're going to talk about loneliness again? The answer is yes, because there are still a lot of people out there who are lonely. And so he actually inspired me with this first object that we're going to talk about. This first thing you can do when you're feeling lonely. So let's get started. That first thing is build an aquarium. So you can go out, you can find them very inexpensively. You can get them at yard sales, Craigslist. But how fascinating is that, right? Go out and get it any size that you like, fill it up with some water, some decorations, and have some fish. It's going to be a lot of fun for you, I promise. Number two that you can do is go to the library. This is a resource we really do not use as often as we should, and it's still fabulous. There are so many things to do. Not only can you go and read and be around other people, you can go and use their computers if you like. They have magazines. If you don't want to take the subscriptions, you can just sit there in the library and read your favorite magazines right there. And you can also meet people. They have so many clubs and activities. Check their little contact board, their community board, tells you everything that's going on. You'll be amazed at the resource your local library can be. Number three is to join a book club, whether it's through the library or not. There are clubs out there. They'll pick a book, you read it, you go discuss it. What a fantastic way to meet other people. Number four, join any club. There's tons of clubs out there. What is your interest? Figure out what your interest is or develop a new interest, even better. And go online, plug it in, Google it, and see what's available in your area where you can meet up with people. Number five, volunteer. Volunteer anywhere. Do you like to work with children? Then volunteer at a children's hospital or a daycare. Do you like to work with older people? You can volunteer at the nursing homes or care homes. So many opportunities. You like working with animals? Believe me, those shelters could use volunteers. Go and do something that makes you feel wonderful about yourself and you're getting out in your community and meeting people. Number six, go to the farmer's market. All right, no better place. All right, you get these wonderful vegetables, but do it consistently, okay? If you have a weekly farmer's market, like some of them do during the seasons, the harvest seasons, that is a great place. Let them see you over and over again. And when you go, whether you purchase anything or not, let them say, oh, hi, I remember you being here last week. Fantastic place to make some connections. Seven is to write a letter. Now this you're actually not getting out and do it, but put pen to a piece of paper. Go buy some stationery at the dollar store and write a real letter. I wrote one to my son this week and he actually texted me back. Thanks, Mom, for the letter. So we'll have to work on that. But there's nothing more satisfying, I would say, well, there's a few things, but nothing more than mailing an actual letter, and you know how you feel when you receive a letter in the mail. Number 8 is to read a self-help book or blog. Now, this doesn't have to necessarily be on meeting people or on loneliness. It can be on anything. What is a skill that you would like to learn or something that you're interested in? Go ahead and find a book on that at your local library or find a blog on that. Just Google it and it'll come up. So that's a great activity to do. Number 9, join an online group or chat. So with these blogs, one of the best way to overcome some of this loneliness is to go ahead and comment. All right, comment about the article that you've read or the video that you've watched, and other people will comment in tune with that. And eventually you can actually, if you're doing it enough and doing it frequently enough, especially some of these blogs, you're actually starting a community going back and forth. You can also do that joining Facebook groups. Find something that you're particularly interested in, ask to join that group, and then you can join the conversation, and you don't even have to leave your house. It's awesome. Number 10 is going to be to dance in your living room. All right, if you don't have the nerve to get up and go dance out in public, not a problem. Turn on some tunes by yourself, crank it up, and dance your little heart off. And that way you can do whatever kind of dance you want to do. Nobody cares. That's going to shake off some of that loneliness. It's going to get those endorphins going. You're going to feel great. Number 11, go to trivia night. Maybe you've never been. I know that everybody's got a bar and grill locally, or maybe just a local club. Go and show up. All right, get yourself a Coke, get yourself a drink, whatever you want to do, and just join, just sign in. It doesn't cost anything. They love to have new people, and it's a fantastic way to meet new folks and become part of a community. Number 12, join a pet club. We talked about joining clubs earlier. I want to put this one specific because a lot of you do have cats and dogs, and they have clubs out there. Google it online or find it at your local library and find out when they're meeting, when they're walking their dogs, and show up. Number 13, download the Meetup app and then actually meet up. If you're not familiar with this is an app that you can put on your phone. They schedule different occasions, and it is for people trying to overcome their loneliness, and they just get out and meet and do different things, okay? There's no pressure. It's just a time and place where you can meet some people that have something in common. Number 14, take a city tour. All right, if it's been a while since you walked around your city, or if you've never even done that, go park, find the square, find the downtown area, wherever it is you want to go, and just walk around. Go see all the different shops. Go see the different restaurants, whatever's there. Stop and get a cup of coffee or a drink. And then there's also a wonderful website called toursbylocals.com where they will actually pay you, and I think you can also volunteer, where you can become a tour guide in your own city. Now, this is kind of something that my mom did when she lived in St. Simons. It wasn't through the website. She actually became an official tour guide, but it was her dream job, and it was perfect. And you may find that that is something that you absolutely love doing. If you know a little bit about your city, even if you don't, you can learn it and then go and tell other people about it. Number 15 then brings us to go to a museum or gallery. This is one of my favorite things to do when we're like on vacation, is to go, particularly in small towns. I know that small towns a lot of times they'll say, well, we don't have anything like that. You probably do. You just haven't discovered it yet. Go and look it up on Google or go find a map or something. The thing I love to do about doing this with the small towns is the artists are almost always there. If it's open, the artist is there. And that is a fantastic time to start a conversation, to get to know the stories behind the art that you're viewing. Even if the artist is not in place and you're living in a bigger city, take advantage of those. Go to those museums. They change out the presentations very frequently. It's a fun way to meet people and something to do, get out of the house. And number 16, take a course, learn something new. I personally would recommend taking a course like at your vocational center, at the library, at a community center, so that you can get out of the house. But if you prefer, take an online course. No big deal. At least your community, or you're building some community with other people online. There's so many great new things to learn. 17, we're going through these quick. Take a walk in a new area. If you're always walking around the block or walking in a park, find a new spot to go and walk. It might just be what you need to get you motivated. Join a yoga or Pilates or a dance class, particularly if you have to have a partner. If you join a ballroom dance class or if you join even a square dancing class, clogging is great health, great exercises. So join one of these classes in the area. They're not that expensive. They're always fun. And that way you have a commitment to be somewhere and to meet other people. Number 19, start a gratitude journal. If you haven't done this already, this is going to be so super beneficial. Do it today. Just write down 3 to 5 things that you are thankful for. And then every day putting something new. Now, when I used to do this with my clients, when I worked with behavioral health, I told them all the F's are off the table. You cannot talk about food, family, or friends. And they're like, well, why? Because obviously you're thankful for those. Okay, so skip the 3 obvious things and do something beyond that. So go ahead and start that gratitude journal. This next one, I have just started this week because this was something that was just introduced to me, and it has been a challenge, but I've learned some from it. It's called a pride journal. This is, at the end of the day, sitting down and writing down 3 things that you're proud of yourself for that day. It can be overcoming an obstacle. It can be facing a challenge. It can be just the fact that you got up out of bed. Maybe you did one of these other things at the top of the list. Write that on your pride list. You should be proud of yourself for making steps and taking control of your life. Number 21, start saying yes. When people ask you to go somewhere or do something, we come up with so many different excuses. It's so easy to say, oh no, I have this or that. Start saying yes and see the difference that it makes. A book that I have been reading this week, been listening to, the Audible version, I'm going to put it in the link down below, is a book by Shonda Rhimes. It's called The Year of Yes. And if you don't know, Shonda Rhimes is the writer and creator of Thursday Nights, basically, okay? Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, and How to Get Away with Murder. She is super successful, and yet she still struggles with saying yes. It is a powerful book. Do that today. Say yes to something that's been a challenge to you. Number 22, take a cooking class or a language class. Now, I put these separate from the others because these are kind of big obstacles. And you can do those online, but preferably, again, at a class. Some of the restaurants even offer cooking class, like specialty. If you're a great cook, but you've always wondered how to make sushi, sign up for a sushi class, right? Or something of that nature, some other kind of diet food or something. Do it. Get out of your comfort zone. Number 23 is to be still. This is kind of different than all the others we've been talking about. Be still. Learn to meditate. Be still and pray. Or learn to do intentional breathing. You can do that anytime, anywhere. It's been a lifesaver for me. Just, you can Google some or YouTube some videos on meditation, on praying, on breathing. Just stop, be still, and try not to think about anything if possible for 5 or 10 minutes and see how you feel when you're done. Number 24, make a list of 10 reasons why people would enjoy being around you. Now, I think you're probably going to come up with 30 or 40 things, but let's just make it at least 10 this first try. Why would someone want to hang out with you? And then why do you like hanging out with you? Be positive. You're an excellent, wonderful person, and people want to be around you. And then start a side hustle. We are going to be talking about this a lot in several videos coming up. A side hustle. We used to call them part-time jobs, all right, if y'all remember that. But this could be not only beneficial to you financially, but it also gives you a sense of accomplishment and helps you out of that loneliness when you're able to have, a commitment, a job that you're going to. We're going to talk about it. Let's see. Smile, smile, smile. Smile at people. Whenever you're out and about, give them a smile. It makes them really wonder what you're up to. I try very hard to look people in the eye whenever I pass them on the street and smile at them. At work especially, because I don't know most of the people that I work with when we go up and down the stairwell and all, but I'll look at them in the eye, smile, and I'll usually say something like, hey there, and just keep on going. But it will give you that sense of community, that sense of making a difference in someone. Maybe you're the only person that smiled at them today. So start immediately. Number 27, this is kind of that side hustle thing, but you could sign up to drive for Uber or Lyft. This is one of those organizations where people use their app, they call you to come pick them up and take them somewhere. You can make some extra money. Be sure to check with your insurance company before signing up. Now, and if you don't want to sign up for it, if that's not your thing, call an Uber. Have an Uber or Lyft come and pick you up. Again, doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to be in a big city. Every town has somebody now that drives for Uber or Lyft. Your car works perfectly. There's no reason for you to take somebody except, or reason for you to take and call an Uber, except you're trying to get out of your comfort zone. So why don't you just get that app, schedule someone to come pick you up at your home, and then take you to the library, or take you to the grocery store, or take you to the museum, or wherever it is that you think you could go. Because that right there, you're going to start communicating with them. You're going to build a bond. You're going to connect with people who are at the library or grocery store, and then have them come and pick you up and take you back home. What a great way to spend an afternoon. And then finally, the last one, number 29, give yourself permission to be daring. It is so easy. Can you see number 29? There you go. It's very easy sometimes to stay in our comfort zone, to stay right where we are and just let everything go on. Well, and if that's, you have that choice. You can do that. But if you're wanting to make a difference, if you're wanting to make a change in your life, you're going to have to do some hard things. One of those is be daring, be bold, and there's no better time to do that than today. Thank you so much. Listen, here at the third quarter, what we want to do is we want to play hard and finish strong. And here's 29 ways that you can start doing that today. I would love for you to go ahead and leave in the comment box which one of these you think you can go ahead and implement. Which one can you try today or this coming up week? What one kind of interests you? Go ahead and put that down there. Please go ahead and click that like button, that subscribe button, and I will see you back here very soon. Thank you so much.